They said someday I'd get my 5 minutes of fame. Adrian, you owe me a minute. So I guess I'm on the fast track, right? That's what they say. So now I've used 30 seconds for the prepared joke. I'm Tim Havens. I'm in EC and CS. I have a joint appointment between the two departments, and I'm also the director of the ICC Center for Data Sciences. My lab is called the Prime Lab, the Pattern Recognition Intelligent Machines Engineering Lab, and we really work on problems that are focused on sensing, and so sensing the world, and primarily from mobile platforms. So sensor and information fusion are what we're working on a lot, is combining sensors together so that you can make more and high quality and better judgments about the world that mobile platforms are interrogating. Signal processing of the sensors on those platforms, primarily looking at like radar arrays in this case, and then also UAV sensing. So UAVs, when I first came to tech, was really a hot field. I guess it continues to be. And so we're looking at like localization of UAVs, how do they find their place in the world using sensors, and then also multistatic radar processing, or if you have radars on multiple UAVs, can you combine those things together? And so for mobility, I've been working with the US Army for quite a while now, even before I came to tech. And so in the war zone, they need to move around, obviously. And this is a big problem because the adversary likes to bury things in the roads to stop that. I'm showing some things off to the right there. You can guess what those are. So we're developing sensing platforms such as the Humvee that you see on the left there with big radar arrays, thermal sensors, visible cameras, LiDARs. Basically, this is like the kitchen sink sensor. They're trying to think of whatever we can throw on this Humvee, combine these things together so that we can find things in the road. And so we've been developing ways of processing these radar into images, and then combining these images together with LiDAR images, which is a laser radar, and thermal and visible spectrum cameras, so that we can detect and classify the threats in the road before we get to them. And ideally, right now they're looking at about like 5 meters away from the vehicle. That's really too close. We want to be as far away from these things as possible so that we're not blowing up people and infrastructure. I mean, that's to put it bluntly. We're also looking then is, can we use cheaper sensors than what we're currently using? So on the left there is the Humvee that you saw in the previous slide. And so we're combining this together with UAVs. And the idea is, can we put a radar on this UAV, combine that together with the radar on the Humvee, such that we can do what's called multistatic radar processing. And the idea is that the Humvee uses all its power that's available on the Humvee, because it can carry tons of batteries, a generator, and then illuminate the scene. And then the UAV, which is power limited, can receive that energy coming up from the illuminated scene from the Humvee, transmit that information back to the Humvee, and then ideally get a better look at what is under the ground. Because who cares if the UAV is blown up? Nobody cares. And it can look straight into the ground too, which is the perfect angle for looking into the ground. So this is a really hard problem. And we also will then want to move into just using UAVs. Can we use multiple UAVs moving around to detect these threats? And finally, this is, how much time do I have? I feel like I'm racing.
27 seconds.
Okay, good. This is like the big goal, is really what we want to do, is we want to have heterogeneous sensors out in the world, combine these heterogeneous sensors together in order to accomplish the task that's necessary, whether it's finding explosive hazards in the road, finding people that are lost in the woods, determining whether the volcano is going to blow up, measuring plumes from factories or other things. And this is a tough problem too. Oh, that's my timer. All right, that's the radar sound. Thank you very much. If you have questions, please.